If you have any pencil cases or water bottles, put them on the floor by your desk. Please fill in all the information on the front of the answer booklet. At the end of the exam, leave your answer papers on the table, but you may take your question papers.
Physics retake. My last chance. Well now, this isn't exactly how things were meant to go. And I'm not even talking about having to do a retake. I guess I'm glad we're here because our exam preparation got way out of hand. Have you ever had an idea in your head? One that seems so sweetly simple, but in a moment of blithe, arrogant naivety, trick yourself into believing it's really that simple? Let me explain. Have you ever seen those adverts for Wix? You know, the DIY store? Well, those adverts promise a world of flat, dustable, paintable surfaces that only require an above-average-looking house owner to apply it. So, you go to the store, pick up the one-coat-only paint with the super extendable dry rollers, only to realise there's a plug that needs to be taped over that wall. And there's a wire sticking out, and the whole thing needs to be brushed down and massaged, and then you start to realise why you've never painted your house before. Because it's as much as a fucking mission as your subconscious had always assumed it to be. Well now, we didn't think of painting our shitty little student house, even though as I mentioned it, we probably should. No, we thought of sneaking a peek at our next exam paper. Can you believe this? We regret to inform you that due to an administration error, your exam has been mislocated.
No, are you kidding? Mislocated? What does that even mean?
Blah, 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 but to compensate, we are happy to pay the cost of the retake. Does that mean what I think it means?
My God, they're making you do it again.
They aren't.
They fucking are.
They've lost the paper and now they expect me to pick up the pieces. I'm messaging everyone we know who does that exam. I want to know if this happened to anyone else.
Man, don't worry. Just get in touch with them. They can't possibly make you do it again. Feels so bad for you, man.
Oh, well, that simply means everything. I can't believe this. This would utterly ruin my summer. And it's
life, Jeff. You gotta take the rough with the smooth, the bad with the good, the charcoal with the ginger one.
Really helpful, Paps.
Got some paste for you, Paps. And it doesn't look good.
They've done it to me too.
And me.
They can't do this.
Well, clearly they can.
Can't believe it.
Believe it, Pappers. We're going to have to do the whole thing again.
It happened to you too, Lottie.
I can't do this again. The 4 hours of exam preparation? The frantically copying the girl next to me's answer? The overdose in Pro Plus? They can't get away with this. They've got to revolt or something. Storm a Bastille. Or just fuck some shit up.
Let's go complain.
You go complain. They won't listen, Jeff. Trust me.
terribly sorry that you feel this way. As you will have seen, we are more than happy to reimburse you for the cost of the retake, and we wish you the best of luck.
That's ridiculous. You can't do that. If I sit a paper, I'm sure I have a right to have it marked.
Actually, sir, you'll find that when you agreed to undertake a degree at this institution, you signed a form saying that in return for your fees and attendance at exams, we would provide you with the opportunity to study and then be examined for this degree over the course of 3 years. By offering you a retake, you were applying with the intention of...
But what about all our hard work?
Hence our apologies.
Ridiculous.
Sorry about him.
Oh nah, don't worry about it.
It does suck though, doesn't it? Losing the papers and leaving us to clear it up.
I know. Between you and me, the amount that these guys screw up, well, it's more than my job's worth to tell you.
Oh, is it a lot?
More than my job's worth.
Well, you tease. Shall we go then? Papers are not. Still have 5 minutes to the lecture.
Oh, fuck, I forgot my books. I'll meet you there.
So what? Should I send out a message?
Okay, do that. And if it doesn't work, God forbid, then send in a messenger pigeon to make sure it got there.
Alright.
It's a little American high school. I mean, everyone en route is going to have a fumble at it just so they can read it themselves. God knows I would.
Alright. What have I missed?
Nothing, ever. This woman's crap, you know.
Good.
Oh, but Paps is trying to fling his seed across the lecture hall.
Oh, goody. Who is it? Bra girl. Go for it.
Bra girl? Why the bra?
She always wears a bra.
So do I.
She did it so provocatively.
I'm sorry, but I'm still fuming about these exam papers.
Yes, but what can we do? I heard this happens all the time. We have no argument. We're paying them to educate us. It's their prerogative how they do it. If they choose to write off one of their papers because we cheated, or they couldn't read our handwriting, or they lost the papers, I mean, as long as they still give us a degree at the end of the 3 years, we just don't have a leg to stand on.
But it's outrageous, though. And the letter, a technical error to apologise will fully fund the retake. I've got something they can fully fund.
What does that even mean?
That's the worst thing. It's cold, you know. Business over service. It couldn't be more impersonal. A bit of civility and I wouldn't be half as wound up.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? Get your own back? Deliver 100 pizzas to the exam office and watch them pay? You're all talk.
I went to the exam office to book for my retake.
And what?
And I was thinking,
Go on.
it's not exactly secure, is it?
Careful.
So, Jeff, what is your point? It's not secure. You can have a crack at breaking in, whip out your Julia Roberts and rob your next exam paper.
Oh, all I was saying is it wouldn't be that hard to have a little peek. That's all. Just saying. Look for when the office is next open. Watch for the key code, and then go in when no one's in there.
Wait, I think I like that idea. It is so delightfully naive. I'm in.
Think that if you want, but it would be so good. So it was up to me to convince them. They were taking the piss out of the whole idea, and rightly so. I would have done if someone had suggested it to me. But I had to convince them it was the right way to go, the right thing to do. And if we'd pulled it off, the coolest thing we'd ever done.
Oh, would you give it a rest, Jeff? It ain't gonna happen. You've talked to 2 episodes of Friends, an episode of The Big Bang Theory, and now you're endangering Hollyoaks.
But perhaps think. All that revision again. All those books again. All that time in the library again, and through no fault of our own. I don't know how we'd pull it off. But imagine if we did. Imagine walking out of that exam hall knowing you cheated the system. Knowing you got justice.
I'm in.
You are?
I am. For once in your life you're talking sense, Jeff. It is an injustice. It's bullshit. And though you've gabbled on and on and on like an old woman, I do agree with you. We should at least try. Just have a look. See if there are any flaws in the system to exploit.
Really?
Really?
Is this not one of your sarcastic things?
It is not.
Fuck it. If she's in, I'm in. Now I think I know a man who can help us.
Well, this guy is the real deal. I met him at a dance off social. He knows all the technical stuff. If we're gonna do this, this is the guy we need.
So this guy's the shit then?
We're after Raoul.
He's in his office, if you'd like to follow me. Come in.
So what do you think?
So you want me to help you steal these exam papers?
Are you up for it?
I take physics and my exam papers went missing too. Guess I could be of some assistance?
So what can you help us with?
I can break into the toughest vaults on the planet. I can pull a Miss Daisy, a Leon Sphinx, a Frankie Knuckle Shuffle. I can abseil, I can card count. I have a black belt in karate. I'm best friends with David Attenborough. And I have a stone cold poker face.
Have you got any proof?
Follow me. I even have a restraining order from Jessica Jane Clement.
You're in.
I managed to convince them, and I had assembled a crack team. We were on our way. We stayed up until about 5 a.m. Googling ways to hack into university computers. Raoul kept trying to put into practice things he'd seen in the movies, but it wasn't to be. Turns out you can't just type furiously fast, entering streams of green code while shouting, "I'm nearly there, boss!" to get what you want. So we had to steal the papers physically. We decided to scope out the system to understand how it fully worked, hoping there was a flaw that could be exploited.
Hey. So, I was looking for a summer job and I was wondering, what exactly do you guys do around here?
Oh, you're just in luck. I'm off in 3 weeks, so there'll be a vacancy. Yeah, and no one ever thinks to apply here, so there shouldn't be a problem. But you don't want to work here.
Yeah, but what if we did?
You don't, trust me, it's awful here.
No, seriously.
Well, what do you want to know?
So what exactly do you do? Do you write those exam papers?
Oh, you know. They don't trust me near any of that. My jobs include booking rooms, invigilating the exams, ordering paper packs, you know, basic admin really. But yeah, they don't let me near the actual content of those things until the day of the exam.
Those are papers there then. Mind if we sneak a peek?
Well, if that's why you're here, I'm afraid I can't help you.
Well, that's a shame.
So you don't print the papers then, do you?
Merrill sometimes receives digital versions just in case there are any problems, but they're quite new. No, this job's quite easy really. They get sent in 3 weeks before, we hand them out on the day, and then we send them back. Maybe I will miss it here. Every screw-up gets blamed on you, mind, and there's a lot of them. People get very touchy when their exam papers get lost.
They do, don't they? So when should we drop our CVs?
Just come in whenever.
You got it. Don't work too hard. You'll make us look bad.
as I see it, we have 4 options if we're actually going to do this properly.
Option 1. Intercept the papers as they arrive at the building.
Difficult. This is when the papers are being watched and guarded most heavily. It's when they're most obviously prone to attack, so security is tight. It seems the most risky strategy in terms of actually getting caught.
Option 2. Stage a break-in.
Tricky. You've scoped the building, the security's tight. There's locks on the entrance to the building, a gate on the entrance to the exam office door, and a passcode.
Difficult but not impossible.
What's option 3?
Option 3, kidnap the invigilator on the way to the exam.
Criminal.
It's not happening. Option 4.
Cut our losses, study hard, and earn our grades like millions of other students around the world.
Properly gay.
I think the best option is to stage a break-in. We now know that the exam papers are sat in the exam office for 3 weeks before it's ever used, to allow for timetabling changes. That's the period when it's most forgotten about and it slips to the back of everyone's minds.
We've all met the staff who work there. They couldn't care less about their jobs. It's then that we have to strike. We've got to stage a break-in.
I'm in.
Okay, we agreed. What obstacles are there to break in? How do we do it?
The first obstacle is the main entrance. Nothing fancy, just locked at night to prevent intruders from entering. Now, the front entrance is too open for viewing from the road, so we're gonna have to go via the back, which is covered up nicely at night. What do you think?
Kick that shit down.
Too loud.
Might be an alarm.
Saw through?
Too long.
I saw something on the A-team once I reckon we could use. It's quite simple. All I'm gonna need is a magnet. Papas, when the caretaker locks up at night, put the door on a latch. Stick a magnet between the door and the metal frame. This will give it an impression of it being locked. All we need to do to unlock it is to stick a knife through and pull out the magnet.
Sweet.
But what if the caretaker just locks it up anyway?
He can try to get out. After Pappas is finished, he just waits for the caretaker to come around, then pretends he's trying to get out, feigning that the door has already been locked. The caretaker looks like a miserable soul, so he won't just let him leave by the back way, but tell him to leave by the front. If Paps is rude and condescending, he'll definitely insist that he uses the proper entrance. After Paps has left, the caretaker will think he's already locked up, and it will seem like it too.
Perfect. I won't let you down. What's next?
The next tricky bit is getting the code to the door to where the papers are being held.
How about we just short-circuit the system and disable the security code while we're in there?
There'll definitely be an alarm.
I don't want to get caught.
Why can't we tell the secretary she takes the papers up to the room?
Yeah, we could, but there's no way of knowing what number she's putting in without being really, really obvious.
Cling film. Oh, you could place a piece of cling film over the keypad, which softly keeps a lookout for anyone coming. Once she's entered the code, we can take that piece of cling film off and see what number she's entered. The only way I can think of to find out all of the numbers is to watch her enter the code. If you watch where her fingers are going very, very carefully, then we can place the numbers in the right order.
You dark horse, you.
Thank you, I know, I'm brilliant.
But what about CCTV cameras spotting us while we're breaking in?
I've scoped it out. If we got the back flight of stairs, a slightly longer route, and stick to the sides the whole time, literally cling to the banisters, you can't be seen, you'll be in the shadows. The same goes for that one exam office hallway about a third of the way down. If we are in and out of the office quickly, wear navy blue or black with balaclavas, there's no chance they'll have enough footage to know who it is if something goes wrong. Plus, there's no security guard watching it at the time, so they'll only look at the footage if they know someone's been in there.
What happens next?
The metal cage. If everything goes to plan, as soon as we type in the code, the metal cage will rise up. But as soon as we enter the room, it'll start to come down again.
The only way for us to leave the room is for us to manually hold the cage up. Pappers, that's mine, your job. While we're doing that, Lottie and Jeff will rummage quickly and quietly through the office for our papers.
Then you find the papers, write down the questions, we leave the building and rush back here for a merry old party. I like it. I love it. Let's do it.
Okay, we've got that out of the way, but there's more.
More?
More.
Me and Lottie have examined the exam wrapper, and it has void if open written on it.
Meaning?
Meaning, we can't just open the wrapper, look at the paper, and then put it back. As soon as they know we've been in there, they'll void the paper.
It's not a simple operation. It's not like robbing a bank because a bank can know it's been robbed. We're stealing words, not money, so we can't leave a trace.
So if we leave no evidence in any other way, once we open the paper, the whole thing's rendered pointless?
What are we gonna do?
We were hoping you two could come up with an idea.
Well, it's been fun, hasn't it? Pretending to be a heist team and all that, but it...
A keylogger.
What?
A keylogger is a device that can be put on a computer, and it reads everything that the keyboard types, sends that information in an email to the owner of the keylogger. So from that we can find account details, passwords, everything.
And do what with them?
We could order another exam paper from the suppliers. After we'd lifted it, it would replace the one that we've taken, and if we leave no evidence of a break-in, they won't suspect a thing.
We could put it on the computer as we break in.
Raoul, you genius. What film was it from this time?
The Real Hustle?
Ocean's 11?
Keenan and Kel.
Oh, it was all smiles then. It was also delightfully simple. Leave the door unlocked, but make it look locked by using a magnet. Use the code given away by a stupid secretary. Hold the metal cage up with our bare hands. Find the paper, leave no trace, put a keylogger on the computer. Access the accounts the next day, order another paper, read the paper, get 100%, and as Pappers would say, Robert's your brother's mother.
Mueve la cabeza, danza
Is anyone nervous?
No, I'm alright.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. Buck up, Jeff. Don't get everyone on edge.
But what if we get caught?
Caught?
We're not gonna get caught. Stop worrying.
But what if someone's in there? Like a security guard or something?
That's why we're gonna be quick and quiet. No fuss, no noise, in and out.
In and out. Piece of piss.
But what if...
Look, if you want to go home and cuddle your teddy bear,
Mr. Schnuffle.
you want to go home and cuddle Mr. Snuffles and cry and be a baby and ring your mum,
And watch Sex in the City.
and watch Sex in the City, then go ahead. But me, Paps and Raoul are going to break into that building and get our exam papers. We are going to be quiet and we are going to be quick. We're not going to get caught.
Yeah, we're a bad ass.
Yeah.
All right. It's my idea in the first place.
Right, so grow a pair then.
Who do you reckon will win in a fight? Lossie's one arm tied behind her back, or Jeff?
Does Jeff have any weapons?
Nah.
Lottie.
What? I would win.
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
Actually, you wouldn't.
Who would win in a fight? Mr. Snuffles or Jeff?
Has Mr. Snuffles come to life?
No.
Mr. Snuffles.
He's a teddy bear.
It was close.
Jeff or just Mum?
Right, we're nearly here. And I would beat my mum.
You?
EAS 20345.
Hurry up, this is really fucking heavy, guys.
We're trying, just keep it up.
Shit, I saw a light. What? I saw a light, let's run!